This is how it works. So much confusion. Is it live? Is it not? Technical issues. Yeah, this is not working, I think. Or it's gonna be warning the stream what? Current bitrate is lower. Oh my god. Oh yeah, this is going. Oh my gosh. So it's basically 15 minutes of me just panicking. I hope not. I think now is fixed, I hope. I can see something going on here. Sorry guys. This is this is insane. Okay, yes, apparently I'm live and I'm talking in the thing. Okay, yes. I just need to know if the audio is okay. So please let me know. I hope. I hope it's okay. Can't really tell by that. So yeah, I'm just gonna start drawing and see how that goes. And you just let me know, please. Okay. That's crazy. Audio is nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's very good to hear. So, Drawtober. It's weird to pronounce. Yeah, it's a challenge. It's hosted by those artists. I linked them in the description. And it's kind of different challenge from the other ones I engaged with. So it's not once per day, but it's like the vampire, for instance, which is the first prompt, is going to be like 4 days long, 5 days, something like that. There's a calendar in the Discord. So what I did, it was still, I think it was the end of September, and I wanted to do a series, so I wanted like a common background to use, and I started like sketching out this thing, and you can see there are several layers to it. And before getting to this stage, I hope everything is visible. Before getting to this stage, I had some extra elements drawn here, some rim lights, some like other items like a cauldron, a spoon, and you see all these banners, and it was like, now they're kind of weird positions, but because I moved them around. The pumpkins also were a little bit higher here, and my plan was to write down like Drawtober or vampire, you know, the prompts on this kind of banners. And it looked okay-ish. Well, don't mind the pumpkins now. Imagine they were kind of like this, kind of high. The background looks nice. Yes, thank you. Now I'm gonna show what else I did. Also, like, everything I did was intended to be a sketch, but then I kind of went a little bit further. So I shared this with Pen and Zniki, some other artists, and Ober, and they kind of helped me out with like, yeah, that's maybe too much, so I got rid of them. And the prompt was vampire, so I actually started doing the sketch. And one was this. This is of course like kind of a super blocky and dirty version of it. So I thought like a full body, kind of a tarot looking like thing. but I don't know, it was kind of weird. I didn't feel very compelled by this. It's okay. The bats, of course, like you know, just coming out of the door. It was okay, but flat, you know, like still. It looks kind of super still. I'll have to look in the camera. And so I deleted this. Where is the girl? Full body. I thought, okay, what if I make a little bit of a close-up? So I did from this, I did something like that. Also, like super broad strokes and, you know, dots. So it's like very dirty. It was just to figure out a little bit how to move around with this. And I like it, but also I don't. Well, the pose is weird. I'm also not the best in anatomy, so like sometimes it's just gonna look weird, but that's okay. So no. And at the end, I went with this. And the trick is this, that I kind of already finished it in a way, so this is not really a whole like from the beginning live, so I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna do this for the next ones. Thank you so much. Yeah, so basically it's almost finished. I'm gonna refine it a little bit. Also the background, I still have some issues with it, so I'm gonna just clean it up here and there. Like you see here, it's still kind of dirty. But yeah, there were a couple of iterations. I needed to figure out which way to go first. And also I have so much stuff going on. I don't have much time, so I'm trying to, you know, optimize everything I can. But also keep the fun going. And oh, thank you. Looks really nice, thank you. Yeah, I'm super happy with the pose. It's very dynamic. You have this weird angles and very strong kind of, you know, like I love this kind of yeah, the pose. And also at the beginning, the vampire, like this guy was not there. I only did this. And I was okay. I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. But you see how the whole top is empty? Kind of felt wrong. Like it's too big and it's not. I thought maybe I should do some more goals like coming out from here. But yeah, I wasn't sure. So and then I thought, oh, a vampire, like a classic looking with a suit and, you know, the tie, whatever. Apologies if it's a little bit gruesome. I just figured this is like Halloween. So I need to find a way to put a filter in there, so maybe people are sensitive about this. I don't want to put anybody in discomfort. Plants back. This is an issue because now I want the blood to go back. So that's why. You see, and everything is on the same layer, so that's wrong. Also, you know, the goal is actually all the goals and the blood, which is wrong actually. Let me do this. It's actually easier. M to go with the marquee tool. The guy's suit reminds me of Little Nightmares 2. Oh, that's cool. Yes, actually, yes. For some reason, I had in mind, like when I did it, I didn't think about that. But then after I did it, I looked at it and I thought, this looks like a classic, you know, anime, vampire, like one of those that live in schools and super creepy. But yeah, no, it's so much fun, that game. And the character design is crazy. The light, the level design, wow, that's insane. So I cut off the blood from here and I'm gonna place it in the background behind the plants. Shift N for a new layer, double click and rename blood. Control V. So now the blood is behind the plants, that's better. Thank you. Great perspective, by the way. That blood is really detailed. Thank you. This is kind of, you know, when I started studying illustration and getting passionate about art, like, as many people, one of the artistic currents that, you know, made me passionate about art was the Impressionism. And like many people are like, oh yeah, oh, Monet, etc. And what I love about them is that they kind of, you know, like a couple of spots here and there. The important thing is that it gives you the illusion that there is some detail there, even though there's not. Also here, if you see the faces of this guy, I'm gonna actually turn off this light because it's kind of painful to look at the screen. But yeah, this, you know, there's no detail in this. Behind here there's nothing. You just need a couple of shapes to kind of fake it, and it already looks like, and kind of the, if I zoom in, you see it's very kind of dirty and there's not really much going on, but from afar it all blends in, kind of. Am I in the blood? Yes. And I'm control clicking any layer I want to go to. So if I click here and go into the stairs and I control move it, I can control click the blood to go into the blood layer. You mentioned something about making tutorials and stuff like that, right? First of all, thank you so much for the support and everything. I really appreciate it. For the tutorials, I thought about it, but then I actually think there is so much good material online, and also Pen's tutorials are so good. I'm just so, every time I'm impressed by how clear he can deliver, like clearly he can deliver concepts and the process. I'm way too messy, but also like I just don't want to participate as an add-on that is not really necessary if there is enough content already, you know. So I'm kind of figuring out, it could be useful for me because I'm sure it brings some, like, more people. Yeah, I'm putting a little bit too much detail in here, I think. Yes. So I'm sure it would bring people, but I'm not sure if that's something that I think I would do really well, you know. And I think tutorials need to be... I'm just too messy for it. And also I don't want to fall in the loop of having to make a tutorial every now and then. I want to keep this very light. For my sake, because I've been, what was it, like one year ago, a bit less than a year. I wasn't very well, you know. I was like super stressed out by work, not this work, and I kind of lost myself in a way. I started falling into traps of, you know, meaning and what does it mean and who am I and what am I doing? Everybody's judging me, that kind of stuff that so many people are going through right now. That's crazy. This shoe is too small. Yes, maybe it's not necessary. Yes. Even though it's barely visible, I want it to be, yes, acceptable at least. Maybe stretch it more. Like right now I'm selecting and then control dragging to copy sections. That's useful if you want to extend a portion. You just copy it one below and it looks like extending. But yeah, I wasn't in a great place. I was super stressed out by stupid stuff, and I really never liked the idea of having to sell myself and whatever, even though it's, of course, that's necessary if you want to do this or anything. But I was just stressing too much, and I was taking it too seriously. You know what I mean? And I thought, yeah, fuck this. No, I can't take it seriously. Like, life's just too short. And there is so much fun and so much stuff to do and to enjoy. And I'm sure people would appreciate also something a little bit different, maybe. But I'm still kind of figuring out how to deal with content creation, stuff like that. Right now I'm really having fun doing stuff and getting back to it, because I stopped for a long time. I really like how the shading turned out, even though it's hyper dirty. But I'm kind of happy with this guy. I really like the color here on the ears, gives that kind of effect. How do you call this? Ah, God. I used to do 3D textures as well, 3D models. How is this type of light called? Oh my God. Can't remember. It's the same, you know, it's basically so thin, the skin, that the light passes through, and you can see basically veins, and the thinner the surface, or the closer to the bone the skin is, the redder, like the kind of vivider it becomes. I could do this also with the elbows. There's like a bone and immediately some skin after that, and already kind of gives a little bit of that effect, like that. Translucity, yeah, I think so, something like that, right? Translucency, yeah. Also, like, this doesn't really make sense if you think about it. Like, there should be a big light from behind or something to make this kind of have a little bit of meaning. So that would be the actual but I'm not sure I want to do it. Then it becomes a little bit weird. I could, if I control... Okay, let me clean this first of all. I'm gonna move all the background ghouls into a different layer. Yes. Also, sorry for the clicking. That's keyboard and mouse are so noisy. I could change them, but maybe a little caged window. Ahaha. Oh, nice. I actually like the idea. Yes. Let's try that. Is that all the ghouls? Ghouls? Ghouls. I think it's ghouls. Control X. Let's make this singular. Shift and new layer. Ghouls. And paste. So now I can go to the main guy in front. Control U. Wait, let me Control F to clean the windows. Control U, so you can get the hue saturation. That's how I remember it, the hue. And I want to kind of get the value a little bit darker, because I think it could still deliver, even though and maybe lighten up a little bit the background. Control U again for the value. And in this case, you see how everything, like both the dark values and the light values, are getting lighter. So up to a point that it flattens everything out. So what I could do here, instead of using the value that changes everything, let me cancel that. I go to Control M. That brings the curve. I do two kind of placeholders to keep it kind of how it was originally. And then if I move this one, this is like the dark values, and this is the kind of high values, so like the very light colors and stuff. So here I can bring down the dark and up a little bit, maybe the, let me check, the mid. It's not really working how I intended it to work. So it's kind of useless tutorials. You see what I mean? I would do tutorials, but useless. Maybe that's a new format I could do. Like 30-minute stuff that doesn't work. Let me see. That's actually okay. I brought down. Actually, wanted to bring it up. No, I think the hue worked better in this case. So let me bring it up a little bit. Okay, yes. Let's go to your beautiful idea. I love that. I could put it in the background. Indoors. Let's put a fake tutorial for April Fools. That'll be funny. But a super long one. Maybe divide it into parts where everything kind of works, so you have the illusion that you're going somewhere. By the way, let me know if the music is too high. Let me think. So I'm thinking that maybe like something like that would actually not feel too right, but only because of the nature of the building. This looks like it's a stone, like very old crypt looking thing. So I'm thinking actually to do something to keep your idea of a little window, and maybe go for something like this. I'm thinking Alt click to get the color. I'm gonna say random stuff in case. Now with the eraser I'm gonna play a little bit with shapes to see if there is something. I could put this in the middle. Kind of in the middle. God, it's so frustrating. Yes. And something like a gothic kind of ok, could be. Ciao bello. Arturo. Come va? Tutto a posto? Alright, so I think this is too much. I kind of liked it before. I was going for something a little... something in the middle. Maybe it resumes here. It looks kind of like an eye, I think. Yes. And something like that. Oh, I was actually drawing also on the horizontal axis. Now we can change the hue. Control U again. I could go with something like a moonlight kind of vibe. So something similar to what it was. Or maybe match kind of the greenish hue outside. Let me see. Less saturation, more bluish, something like this. And if it's too light, it catches too much the attention, I think. So I'm gonna keep it kind of low. Something, what do you think? I feel like it's distracting, to be honest. Let me try with, I'm gonna call it grid 1 and go with grid 2. Shift N to create a new layer. Grid 2. And let me sample the... Wait, let me do something. What is happening? Hello? Yo, wait. Okay, control click. I was forgetting the I was thinking too much about the hotkey, and I was like, wait, this is not it. It's cute, but maybe behind the guy? Maybe more Victorian style. Maybe you noticed already, I like that style. Yeah, Victorian style, so like a longer, elongated kind of look. Could be. Control D to deselect. Let's get a new... Well, actually, let's get this color from start and then go a little bit high. What if it was... Let me do it like this. You mean something like this? Could have... I think maybe something like that. No, definitely not. Let me do something to... It doesn't look like a window, yeah. Yeah, I feel like the light in here could actually come directly from above, without really, like we could say halo, for instance, like a huge brush. Let's do it 200 pixels. Goes up to 220. Okay, 64, it's fine. I'm gonna make a huge halo. And eraser kind of looks like little spikes at the top. Yeah, I was kind of playing with shapes, see where they brought me. But I wasn't sure. Like it looked, as you said, it didn't really look like a window. So now I'm just deleting in a very dirty way. And then I can press R to get the blur tool. I can blibbity bloobity a little bit, and then I'm gonna lower the opacity of the layer. This kind of gives a vibe. We can then play with the maybe hue saturation if I get higher thingy, and also yeah, low opacity, and kind of make like hint towards some rays, even though it makes it a little bit biblical. Hey, Arturo. Maybe a gradient with small dust particles. Yes. Oh, grazie Arturo. Grazie mille. If it's okay, I'm gonna answer in English. All good. All good. Thank you. I'm excited for this challenge. I was mentioning that it's gonna be different from other ones where it was one per day. This is gonna be more like a slow piece, 4 days per prompt thingy. So that's cool. I'm going between the eraser with a very low opacity, and by pressing R again to the blur tool. Sorry for the. I'm a little bit sick, just a little bit, but it's okay. So I'm very excited about this. I was mentioning that I was reminded that there is also a prize for doing this, but I just think it's so much fun to do this, and I need to get back to creative stuff. I had a very long period where I just didn't care, didn't want to do anything, just gave up on stuff. But then I decided, you know what? I was taking it too seriously, so not anymore. Having so much stuff, so much fun, but of course I don't want to stress out about it. I don't want this to become like a, like a weird thing. Arturo saying I cannot do it. Why? You mean the challenge? What do you mean? Is there like some limits? Or is it just the time? Here I'm kind of softening up this kind of line, and I'm blurring it. It gives this kind of very subtle effect. Okay, this is not good for pixel art. This is not officially pixel art. It's kind of a too high of a resolution, but I like the edginess of it. Ooh, you have so many exams. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. There's no need to participate if that's gonna create anxiety or make it kind of troublesome. So don't stress out about it. Focus on your exams. That's fine. And once they're done, they're done. Look at me. I always save my designs, even if they are bad. So in the future, maybe I can make a better. Yeah, that's cool. That's a really cool thing to do. I was actually preparing. Actually, let me show you. That's fun. I was actually preparing. Where is it? Pumpkins. September progress. I think it was this. Yes. Okay. Look at this. I was preparing a video of me critiquing every little sword that I did. And I was editing it these days and just cutting all the, all the stupid stuff I say. But it was fun to do. And this is like going back to your work and then analyzing it with a critique, like now I'm gonna fix it. That's kind of cool. That's super nice. Also, like my favorite part of this is actually noticing where my imagination is attached to. Like if I think about chocolate, I immediately see golden because I saw Willy Wonka, and chocolate and gold. But yeah, like those kind of connections. And you try to figure out where in your head you picked up something, like colors and shapes. So I kind of go over it very quickly. It was super fun. So I'm gonna save and close it. It's gonna be for probably a video. I'm not sure. Still have to decide if it's worth the effort. It was definitely fun to do though. Devo vivere sui libri. I gotta live in books, on the books. Yeah, but don't worry really, because it's gonna be every month. There are challenges to join if you want to, and you don't have to. If you want to participate, like you can keep your 5 minutes per day where you just sketch something out, and that's fine. You don't have to make a whole piece, and maybe for the whole month you just do a vampire, and that's okay, it's fine. It's just if you have fun, it makes it worth it. The design from last stream, yes. It was a really fun challenge. A Drawtober. So now, where am I? Now I'm in the ghouls section. But I want to keep being in the Halo section. And then I'm gonna cut through with a low opacity. And I'm pressing shift while clicking in different spots, so that creates kind of straight lines. Oops. And the low opacity allows me to kind of go over and darkening. You see how it darkens this area even more. And the cool thing is that I pressed there the last time. I pressed here and I didn't click, but if I press shift now and click anywhere, you see how it catches up just pressing shift. So I can go even smaller with the brush and then shift again, and that will allow me to do stuff like this. That's pretty fun to do. I should do them. I should calculate the perspective, not go just like the where are they coming from. This is already kind of working, right? I can see already the rays. Now I can control and wheel mouse to make it smaller or bigger, and then shift click to get again some extra rays. Okay, this looks okay, right? Thinking to mix it up a little bit. It's also fine if they are not all just converging from one point. At least this month I'm gonna have so much fun. But the 31st October, Halloween. Also back to the worth of the video. I totally know how that feels. Right now I'm burned out. Haven't made a video in like days. Sometimes it's just better to take a break. Absolutely, yes. It's not worth stressing out. Absolutely. Like there's so much stuff going on right now, everywhere, that this is not real drama, Like this is not bad. We are so lucky still. Sometimes I feel like, you know what? Yeah, no, I had to stop being too critical, too analytical, whatever. Not for Halloween, because the DLC of my favorite game comes out. Ooh. And what's your favorite game then? Building up some suspense. Suspense or suspense. Always get this. But I also feel like French are not the best. Well, my name is Michel, so like, I'm Italian, but I'm not talking bad about French people, but if you go around and ask for the Tour Eiffel, and they're like, quoi? What? Quoi? You, Tour Eiffel? What? Ah, la Tour Eiffel, ah. how many words are that similar to? I feel like they just do it on purpose. What's your game? The Blasphemous series. I don't know that. I am quite ignorant about so many things, because I mostly live in under a rock doing my stuff. But I do love games, so might take a look. What's my favorite game and my favorite genre? That's a super tricky question. I think it really depends on the moment. It's like also like a favorite movie, you know, or favorite food. How many times I said I'm gonna eat cotolette forever and never get tired of them, but if that was actually the case, I would feel so sick. I would just hate cotolette after a month, even less, I think. But games, I noticed that I go back so often to survival games, where you can craft and especially make your base. So Minecraft was always my go-to for years. Here I'm trying to get some highlights, even though they're hidden, and actually could use some light kind of from above, you know, because now we have this halo. I want them to receive the halo. Receive. So I always get to survival stuff, building like Terraria stuff, but also the automation stuff I love. I've been addicted to Factorio for a long time, but then I stopped for years. So it's kind of a weird hopping on and off. I would say Minecraft is the game I played the most. But Age of Empires 2, I enjoy so much just watching people playing it online. I follow the T90 official channel to watch games that I have no even idea how they work, but it's just so compelling. Subnautica, yes, played that. Loved that. But somehow I stopped. You know, when you start a series, like Breaking Bad. I don't know if you ever watched that. It took me so long before actually starting to watch it, because everybody was on it. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is the best," and I don't know what happens in my head. I just go like, "No, okay." So then I'm not gonna, which is stupid, but happens. And I did it with so many things, including Subnautica, because I've been watching it for a long time, and eventually bought it. And I do have like, I think just 5 hours in, something like that. But I loved I love watching gameplays, for instance, of Subnautica. But I'd say that the part that really engages like with my dopamine system the most is the base building, for sure. I get so... Oh, that was my phone. So obsessed with base building. I even thought about doing making a channel of just Minecraft builds, but then I thought, I'm not gonna do this for years, you know, like... What my question to myself when I decided to open this channel was like, okay, I need to go back to art. I need to go back to being creative, because that's who I am. I've always been that guy. Graffiti, whatever, you know, like logos and music, all the creative stuff. Then I gave up everything and, for years, and now I'm like, no. And YouTube is kind of helping me establish like a rhythm and forcing me and making promises, you know, like, oh, this month we're gonna go live, bro, and then I have to keep the promise. It's not like I can just like, yeah, you know what, I'm not gonna do, no, no. Promise is a promise. And I'm getting so much good feedback and energy from you guys that is, you know, making me feel like, no, this was a good choice. I'm happy with this. I could do this for years, you know, and that's the difference. Something that I actually enjoy. This is too much of a highlight, I think. What I do here, for instance, I have this color. I go very low with opacity. You see, wait, let me expand. Color, and here you have the opacity, right? So I just go very, very low. Alt-click this color, low opacity, and then get a few strokes and see. That's okay. Yes, that's okay. Still have to start Breaking Bad, postponing it every time I think it right, so you know exactly what I mean. To this day I haven't beaten the Ender Dragon from Minecraft. Definitely more of a builder, yeah. Finding those beautiful lush caves, right? That's the most fun to me. I just love it. It took me, I think, at least 6 years after I bought the actual game before I even thought about engaging with the idea of the Ender Dragon. I was terrified by that. I never actually never even spawned the, how's that called? The other boss, come on. There's another boss in there. I can't remember, that's okay. But yeah, I didn't. Sei il secondo, you're the second player, Factorio player that I know. Yeah, now it's becoming actually pretty popular because I think they released the official version, 1.0 version. Okay, so now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I shouldn't be able to see that well his shoes or the down part. Like there's too much light coming from there, so I'm gonna darken the middle, maybe fade out just a tiny bit. So now I'm on the vampire. Let me isolate it. Yes, he's missing a piece. That's okay. Let me lock the alpha up here. So whatever I draw, there's no going out of it. Let me catch very dark this color here and get super low opacity. I'm gonna hit it here in the middle. And actually I want to get this color here. Ooh, I love this track. Also sorry for the music. I only have this playlist with like that is copyright free, so that's the only one I keep using for lives and whatever. So for a while it's gonna be just this music, which is audio bat thing, right? Check White Bat Audio. I always put the link in there. I love these tracks. So this one a little bit darker. The Wither, yes, that's it. The Wither, yes, thank you. My God, it's not like I played it too long ago, right? And I used to follow, I still am a Dreams subscriber, so I loved watching the survival challenges, you know. God, today I can't speak, it's unbelievable. Nothing comes to mind. Today the DLC, ooh, Factorio DLC. 5 different planets and space travel. Ooh, they are crazy good. The what's it? The Coffee Stain Studio. amazing, 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 amazing. So compelling. So this is a little bit too much. So what I could do, get a very short, like a small brush, go around here to kind of create some limits, and then pressing G to go to the paint bucket. Let me Control F to clean the windows. So I'm pressing G to get the paint bucket, so I can feel all these areas and see. Yes, much better. Also here. And because this is a low opacity brush, you know, it changes, you see how it changes values. And if I go over this again and again and again, it keeps changing. So this gives a lot of kind of hue variation, which is not good for, you know, assets. It's just for art pieces or, you know, illustrations. That's fine, you can do it, it's not a problem. I mean, you can do whatever you want. So don't listen to me saying stuff. You're gonna learn that you don't have to listen to me the hard way with the fake tutorials. Should I make a copyright-free playlist for you? Oh, that would be awesome. I would love that. I really love this kind of vibes here. If you want to help, that would be so appreciated. The only request I have, and of course no more requests because that's a favor you're doing, so that's amazing. No pop music. That's the only thing, like the super dance and summer vibe. That's not me. I mean, I can have fun with that, but thank you so much for the idea. So you don't know if buying the DLC is worth it or not. Well, tricky. It depends. I never finished the game, so for me it would be a waste of money. I think finishing the game and then buying the DLC makes more sense, but that's up to each and every one of us. And I never really liked the art style of Factorio for some reason. Yep. And also it's really expensive. Agree. Yeah, the art style also I wasn't sure at the beginning, but kind of got used to it while playing. I'm more of a pixel stuff, pixel art style stuff. But I did enjoy it. I think they had really cool ideas, especially the machinery design. It's pretty awesome. Like how, you know, pistons feed into each other and pushing everything. That's really fun to watch. Really expensive. If you like the genre, is good because it's really easy to mod. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess it's also depending on what kind of games you like to play. Yeah, what's your favorite game? I'm calling you Apocalypse or Fumiko. Not sure. Vampire, looking good. Be getting a little bit longer shadows over here because I like the idea of a light just coming from here. Maybe catching the highlight over there, give that feeling of the extra layer going on. Wait, I need to drink. My mouth is so dry right now. Okay. If you like pixel art, play Blasphemous. It's really fun, but hard. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out. I'm very curious about that. The name is inspiring, to be honest. I recently bought Core Keeper. Nice. So much content. Pretty insane. This hand, you see how it just disappears here? That's not good. And it's also semi-transparent for some reason. Oh, that's my brush. Sorry. Oh no, 100%. So what's up to you? What's up with you? Oh yeah, you have some spots that are alpha lock. That's why. You see? If this happens to you, at least you know. I have the alpha lock, so I can only draw inside. That means also that if there is a lower opacity brush stroke here, I cannot touch it, kind of. Yeah, I mean, it's not really working. So I'm gonna simple ink, and yes, now it works. That was silly. So my favorite game is Aseprite or Blender. Yes. Yes. That's a good answer. Nice Core Keeper. I was very impressed. Super nice, cute, and the animations and sprite design is so clean. Opacity of my eraser up to 100%. And probably my favorite game is Shogun Showdown. Really cool. Really cool game. I love the graphics are awesome, and the mechanic is amazing. I got the free demo, but I need to buy it because it's really I think it's worth it, both to play and to support. Okay, fixing. I kind of like this extruded little. It's kind of misplaced. I should place it like here, maybe. Or maybe bring it out even more and get to that kind of reddish feeling. Oh. I'm more into automation stuff, satisfactory when I have time. I also tried, actually liked more than Factorio. I liked the Satisfactory. I liked Factorio. Factorio, really cute, and I'm forgiving. So I always play it like with zero spawn of enemies and just chill. And produce until I get so much spaghetti kind of conveyors, which makes sense because I'm Italian, that I just give up and I get almost a burnout. That's my loop. But lately, yes, I also substituted. Oh, this arm is very weird. I completely substituted gaming with creating stuff and doing my own things and make them work. But from time to time I have to relax also. So I just chill and play some very like small little games. Also RimWorld. Oh my god, so addicted to that. The ghoul is okay, apart from the hole. And I'm alt-clicking the layer, so to isolate it, and then alt-clicking it again to de-isolate it. I will gladly buy the game for you. No, I will get it because it's really cool. Factorio is nice, but okay, too fast, too boring. And Place shapes. That's a cool idea also. I love the idea. Never got to play it, but I saw people play it. I thought it was genius. It's always the thing that makes you go like, oh, right, why didn't I think about that? It's just so, right? Which makes people think that's easy. That's the hard part. I mean, maybe it's a remake of something that already existed. I don't know. I'm giving a little bit of strength to this light in the back. And I'm thinking actually to give him... Would it be too cliché? I don't want him to look like an elf, but also looks weird. So I'm gonna actually avoid the ears altogether. That's how easy it is. I like how you combine colors and make new shapes. Oh, thank you. It's not really boring. Yeah, but you get to a point where you don't know what to do. Same. Oh, that's again my phone. Sorry about that. Everything is in balance here. And the cat apparently is sleeping, so that's okay. I've been playing with the cat for 2 hours to make her chill. Also picking up this like very thin hair strands, because that's more or less how it would look. I mean, not that I'm going hyper realistic with this, but it's too messy. I think we can get rid of that. Does this look weird? Check. Let's analyze. Okay, the frame is still to finish. This part and this part, I have to kind of differentiate them. The pumpkins are okay. This is not okay. That's fine. Let me see. Yeah, playing alone is very boring. Yes, I agree. I always have like a friend to connect with. I mean, not always, but I did enjoy solo adventures in Minecraft for years. I love how you create shapes from colors. Of course, it was from shapes. I kind of liked how the guy was darker. Makes you imagine how it would look. You mean like with the hair? Like without the highlights here, you mean? Let me see. Yeah, it's actually... Yes, I could go with maybe a much lighter highlight to avoid... something maybe like this. Yes, I see what you mean. Now I have the only... Well, that's not really an issue. But the problem I have is that I have this kind of halo coming from here and illuminating here. So unless the light was coming literally from here, and still it would kind of actually illuminate this part. Like at least the outer, like a rim light, you know, would show up like this. But if it's from the top, I'm guessing this could actually go away. And we need a lighter tone of this. Maybe just some spots. And change his hairstyle. Starting to look like Dwayne from The Office. You squint your eyes. I'm gonna put some reflection here so it looks like he has the middle. And put 2 glasses. And that's Dwayne. Yeah, see you later. I mean, the glasses are not bad, but that's also kind of cheap. Yeah, I think it's okay. And I don't dislike the middle thingy here. Not sure. And what about you, Arturo? Like, what did bring you to get interested in pixel art? By the way, the stuff you sent me is actually pretty amazing. For being like your second day doing pixel art. That's crazy. You should really invest in this. Study first, and then... But yeah, really, really nice stuff. Alucard, yes. Actually, let me put the... Oh, is it like this? What a cool comic. I used to read the comic Hellsing. It was an anime. So cool. I loved all the perspectives and the, you know, super stretchings and... You were modding Terraria and now you bought Aseprite. Terraria, also crazy good. I've been... But also over there as well, I get so overwhelmed at a certain point by the stuff you can do. But I think those games kind of teach you also to set up priorities and to create, you know, tiny goals to reach instead of getting the I'm gonna do everything and then you're just there running around putting stuff into chests all day. Seems like your guy went for a bar. Went at a barber, getting some trimming. Talking about Terraria modding, yes. Arturo here was just modding Terraria. You modder. It's very simple, which I like. Yes, I love games that just put, you know, like in the UI you have the mods option and then you just load them, and I love that. I was just checking out again a game called Space Engineers. Super complex, but also for some reason I kind of enjoy it. Yeah, just open this in the menu, start game, load, whatever, and then mods, and you just load and there you go. I mean, why not, right? Also in RimWorld, it was like that. Perché hai comperso mamma? No, not mamma. You modder with 2 Ds, not mother. Sorry about that, I didn't think it would sound like that. I don't know, I said you modder. If I think about it, it sounds pretty similar. And yeah, that kind of button to me means we care about you. When you see the mods button. I mean, it doesn't have to be there for me to like to say, oh, I love this game. But when it's there, yes, charisma point for the developers. This is too light. It's kind of merging with the other part in the background, which I don't like. To keep it very separate. Mamma, ho finito con gli amici. Ah, okay, you mean there. Ah, okay. I thought you understood mother when I said mother. That's why you were saying like, why did mother appear in my words? But no, you were talking about the T9 kind of function. Tutta la Calamity Fargo Storium Internum. That's crazy much, so much content in this game. Terraria modding, gameplay is king and art is passion. Yes, amen. I love winning games. Super chill in modding, super easy. But there is also something about managing a mod game that doesn't really support. True, absolutely, absolutely. So compelling, that style, that game. Like, enemies are beautiful. The ones that attack from both sides, so cool. Pen is just insane how talented that guy is. Oh yeah. And sneaky, you should see what Arturo can do. He was just like, in 2 days he was following, was it a Pen USB tutorial? And you did those characters you sent me? Or was it not? Maybe not, but they did look great. It did look. So yeah, Arturo, please feel free to share anything you feel that you maybe want feedback on, or you just want to share it because you're proud of it. Just share it in the server. It's super nice to see everybody just doing stuff, being creative, and supporting each other. That's so amazing. All right. Is that on Discord? No, he sent me some art privately. Because I was doing the Drawtober live session and he hopped on. It was super nice. We've been chatting a little bit. And he's also Italian, so it was like a really nice random encounter. Me likey this background. It's looking fun, except for some hard edges here and there. Wait. Let me try something. Wait. Let me isolate this. What are you? Back deco? Oh, yeah, that's correct. Okay. I was trying to paint behind this. Yes. Pen's tutorial just for the stages. Yeah, definitely do that. Really great job. Looks super clean, and they have their own color coding personality, and they look different. The weapons look compelling, and also the animation was missing, just like not even missing, it would have been okay just like that. What I told you was just like extra stuff that you could try if you want. I think it was the head following the body, right? The chest, and they were kind of going at the same time. And what I like is kind of a little bit of delay between them to give that breathing feeling. Oh, Arturo, you tried. How did it go? Oh, wait. They're asking where did you send it? There's a channel in the Discord server called Feedback and Constructive Criticism, or if you want you can share it also in Art Share. It's up to you if you want feedback or not. Looking good, I think. Maybe the pumpkins need some lowering, saturation, and value, so they are not too distracting. Maybe something like this. Is it too dark? I'm not sure if the goals up here are necessary, because they would maybe confuse the... They're covering up the rays. These rays here, which I'm gonna actually tweak. I don't like that. There's a big block here, and a medium, and then something. I want a little bit more stripes, so again I'm going with the low opacity eraser, and going in between. Like that, maybe smaller. Wrong angle. Wrong. Also sorry for my pronunciation. Tried, but it did something horrible. You tried, but something horrible happened. Oh, and you shared in an animation showcase. Nice. Yes, that's such an awesome community. Always feel free to hop in. I think this could work. Looking weird, to be honest. I can a little bit more like that, and I want a big one, kind of from here to here. Yes, something like that. So it's kind of like a theater. In Italian they're called occhio di bue, which is the center of the egg. So it's like the big light in theaters. So they're just a beam, and we could play with that a little bit. I think like that, like this is kind of subtle, and also supports the underlying kind of direction of everything. So you have super distributed kind of values of the same type here with the pumpkins right at the bottom, and this blood is kind of going inwards, and the perspective going inwards, which bring you here, and this guy is kind of twisted and suffering, but then you have this, it's kind of a triangle, right, with also the tip, so it's like all kind of going this way, and I feel this is helping with the overall distribution of shapes. The distribution. And awesome. I was also thinking to add something like moss around here or something. Well, I could actually tweak a little bit here the background. It's kind of suffering from negligence on my part. He's not in pain, he's just stretching. Needs new back. Yeah, they're still in the Stone Age. He just woke up from a very long nap. This is not very different from me. 8 a.m. That's me. And this is me around midnight, ready to work. Yeah, this is also not my time. This is now it's 4:20 p.m. in here, and I've been working on some other stuff in the morning. Some personal projects, editing the video for the Swordtember kind of critique of my own swords. I also had a couple of proposals for some projects, so it was really busy, nice day. But yes. Ho messo una nuova GIF su DS, su Discord. Let me know what you think. Okay, cool, yes. We'll do a sap. So now I'm adding a little bit of a highlight here where the light should be catched by these guys, right? So this should be a little bit in shadow, maybe something in between. It's too dark. And a little bit of a highlight inside there is receiving the light. It gives that kind of a 3D. This is wrong. There's no highlight in between sections of stone that are just laying on top of each other. And I'm gonna try to blur out a little bit this light. Is it? Ooh. Oh my god, it's horrible. What is that? It's probably something wrong happened. No, not really. Okay, blurring it out just makes this highlight at the edge. So let's not blur it out. Let's use the eraser and low opacity just on the edges. Here and there. So smaller brush. Please let me know if the audio is still okay or the music is too high. These lurkers. Lurker! I think this is okay. I really like the highlight here. It's very, like, it really sells. I could actually use another highlight over here. It's gonna give that kind of intersection of muscles and bones and articulation. Articulation. How do you say cartilage? Yeah, I know in Italian, but the cartilagine or the. It's kind of where everything ties together. So some weird highlights could happen. And I'm not being like anatomically correct. That was always my weak spot. Like this should be a little bit more linear. And some highlights here, like the blood is still kind of fresh. Maybe I'm thinking maybe some blood also on the would make sense. Let me use the blood layer. Cartilage. I'm pronouncing it like it's French. Le cartilage. How do you say the cartilage. I need a live help. I'm gonna call it the cards. I'm gonna give it like this nickname. Lower opacity for the blood. And here I'm imagining the blood just flowing here. And then of course there's the indent in the wall, so the blood goes kind of inwards, and then some flat area here that would make it go this way, and then maybe the gravity would again hit off. I'm not sure that's the way to say it. Oh, nice! I'm reading Nistic DM right now. Hold on, let me answer that. I'm gonna go for a second into this. No, I'm gonna leave it here, actually. Quickly answer. Thank you, Fumiko. We'll get back. Super kind of you, Fumiko, thank you. Wait, I was doing the blood. Let's get this going. I think that's too much. It went a little bit too much on that side. I think it could drop here. Maybe that's... it would go here and go down for a little bit. And maybe some of that gets caught up in here, and a little bit of a highlight where see if I make it all like this, the highlight just doesn't feel powerful. But instead, if I just hint at it, suddenly it's more realistic. There you go. Yes, something like that, I think. Nice. And I don't like this, for instance. You see how these shapes are kind of round. They don't really deliver you know, the hardness, stone, stuff like that. So I'm gonna actually make some more harsh cuts in between, some noise here and there, and also some like dots, as in this is like, can you say porous, with pores, like little holes, you know, like in the skin you have this little pores. I'm gonna call them pores until somebody fixes my English. I told Nistic about you, by the way. I thought your art would be sick in his game. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I think monsters shouldn't necessarily be anatomically correct. True. And it gives more creepiness to the. Yeah, I agree. And it's really nice, in my opinion. Thanks, Arturo. Thank you so much. Here I exaggerated a little bit this highlight. It's kind of looks like he's wearing some weird rings. Let me tone it down. Also, this is kind of a harsh highlight. See how the highlight just stops working if you just use too much of it. Just being a little bit careful, and also bringing up the opacity of the eraser when you need. weird fingers, and also this is not how they would, you know, lay on the stone if it was. They were too much. They were bending a little bit too much. They didn't look like they were, yeah, just touching the stone. Pores, yes. The wall is living. Yes, these little tiny dots. Yeah, I don't know how to call them. That doesn't make sense, the word pore. Because in Italian you say i pori. Arturo, help me out. Help me with Google. Google Translate. I think it's pores, right? I think. The pores. Studs. Could be. My ignorance is such that I cannot really... Wait, let me actually... I do have internet, I think, right? Studs. Traduzione. No, not borchie. Not this, I mean... Pori. Pores. Okay, Arturo going with pore. Oh yeah, also if I write in English, pores? Yeah, it says pori. Yeah, basically it's like the little holes in your skin, right? So what makes your skin breathe? It sounds just so wrong in English, the pores. Sounds like a band name. Studs. You see, I didn't even know they were called studs. The studs. By the way, where are you from, Fumiko? Because I know Arturo is from Ravenna, right? If I'm not mistaken. Please forgive me if I'm gonna forget, Arturo. My head is such a weak, doesn't have much memory in it. This looks so wrong, this hand. Really don't like this. I'm gonna actually... What if this hand is only just touching like this? No, I liked it better before, but I'm gonna stretch the thumb out. I think it makes more sense. Then I can also play with the membrane of the hand that is here, right? Like between the thumb and the... And there should be a little bit of a hint of a muscle here. That's okay, I think. Poland from Germany, yo! Nice. Puncture, gap, hole, chase, land. You said them all. Yeah, I think, let me see. Yeah, hole. Arturo, yep. How many layers? More than 30. In this work? Let me see. I have more than necessary for sure, because I do have... Let me see. So layer 1 is just the background. I think there's nothing to it. There's just this color here. I could remove it, I think. So that's useless. Indoors. This was a test with the grid. That doesn't look too bad, actually. It's kind of cool to have like this eye. Weird, but it's not clear, so I'm not gonna keep it actually. What was that? Grid one? Yes. So it would be maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12 levels actually, layers. It's not too busy, but also the whole like this whole thing is just one layer. I didn't do like what's it called, the surface ambient occlusion, like in different layers or light effects. I do have just the halo thingy in one. You could have separated into two, like the big beam and then the little crown downwards. Oh, I have an idea for name. Indent. Wall indents. Yes. The indents like this. Absolutely. But the pores are something else. The pore is literally... It's like if you have a porous surface, it means the surface is all like this. It's like a sponge is porous. The more I say it, the less meaning it has. But it's an English word. I think there's not many how do you call that, synonyms, because it's such a specific meaning. It's more for organic. Not true, but it's like a very specific. Like the moon is not very porous. It's just I'm gonna stop making theories and saying stuff I have no clue about. But I like the indent, the wall indents, so I'm gonna stick to that. From now on, these are wall indents. It's easier. And this, I think it's not too much. I'm always afraid I'm doing too much, like going a little bit too, rushing a little bit too much. And here again, I'm just trying to imagine like the literal surface that would get the moon rays and stuff like that. So from the top, instead in the bottom it would be more like shadowy. You know, depends on how much chisel, right, you want in these rocks, in the stone. Yeah, and I'm just trying to match the noise, because once this background is done, I think I'm gonna keep it for most of the Halloween thingy. Yo, Sorthor. Not sure how to pronounce that. Hello, nice to see you. Yes, live with Cam, because I needed to be more comfortable between reading comments and then answering potential questions. And also, oh, thank you, so realistic. Yeah, it's a kind of a, I didn't expect to go that far because it was actually a sketch in my head, but then I spent a little bit too much on it and it kind of ended up being too rendered to consider it a sketch. So I went like, okay, this is the vampire, okay, that's fine. I was torn apart between the vampire and the shapeshifter, because it could also look like a shapeshifter prompt. But the guy, the other personality behind him, but it's, I don't know, feels weird, I think. I mean, it feels more like a vampire situation, and the shapeshifter, I'm actually thinking about a werewolf, maybe. But I'm pretty sure most people will go with a werewolf, which is okay. It doesn't have to be, I want to be original. No. I think it will be tricky, the werewolf. Not as tricky as this hand. It's really killing me. Yeah, I think still doesn't really look. I feel like it should actually stretch like that. And I could push it out by giving a little bit of shadow here, where the contact of the hand is kind of touching the wall, and reduce a little bit of the noise. It should help, I think. You use pen or mouse? I usually use the, for forever I use the pen with the tablet, but since I downloaded Aseprite, I'm using only the mouse because it feels easier to just work with pixels and those tiny little resolutions. This one I should have considered the pen, but then I was like, I don't want to have extra cables in here. You should ping me every time you start a stream so I can catch them better. I will. I definitely will. Thank you. Yeah, this is so much fun. Not keeping the creative stuff indoors. Just sharing it and enjoying the process. Feel like there could be a highlight over here to kind of stress out. Yes. Alright, I think I like this. I think I should use some reflected light over here. Like also in here. Which is basically bouncing on the floor and then getting back on the surface. If you can make something like this with pixels, I want to see in digital art. But it's kind of the same. It's actually the same. It's just more pixels to work with, which is, well, okay, it's not the same. But I personally, for example, wouldn't consider this to be hardcore pixel art, you know? I think you can stretch it to be considered like that. But I think it would be so much, like the resolution should be so much smaller, and the color palette should be more limited. But that's just my opinion. It's not like it has to be like that. That's how I feel about it. Here I'm adding just random highlights, which feel good. Which feel good. Well, okay. You can make something like this with pixels. Oh yes, I read that. Also, if you want to check out my stuff, there are some links in my YouTube where it would bring you to other links. In my itch page, there are some links to my old portfolio, which I, didn't upload anything for years on that, and there is some old stuff in there. If you want to check some of my digital art stuff. Sharing the art with people and just joking and talking is much better than just sitting alone, honestly. Are you kidding me? Yes. Insanely better. And sometimes it's also fine to sit alone. Found out that's something I need. But I do love sharing and chatting with you guys. The guy needs a yoga mat under his bedroll. He looks tired. Oh, definitely. He just came out of a session of Pilates. Look at him. He's a Pilates fanatic. Look. He's the new... what's her name? Fonda. James Fonda. Jane Fonda. James. Jane Fonda. I mean, not for the looks. Well, that sounded so bad. I love that woman. I didn't mean to say she looks like this. I mean to say he's a big fan, and yeah, got in trouble thinking she could do it, he could do it like her. But nope. You looked at my portfolio, great art there, cool. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, this was so many things, different timelines. Fun projects, and yeah. But then I decided to become an I don't know, just depressed for some years, and then not depressed. I wouldn't say depressed, but kind of not willing to give any output or to, you know, to care. Oops, wrong layer. I mean, care about others, but not about me. That's, and then I stopped. I said, you know what? Let's care about oneself. Why not? Let's try that. And it's working. So much better. See you in another live. Hey, see you, Sluther. Nice. Nice to see you again. And thank you for joining for a little bit. Super nice to see you. I think you can hear our pings, for sure. Yes, you definitely can. And I don't know how to deactivate that for this live. You're gonna hear all my Discord pings. Sorry about that. I will try to fix that. I think this is already working. I'm not sure about the Dwayne's look. Yep. Did you hear that? Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna actually open to that message so it's not pinging. I think I could call it a day. What do you think? I think the vampire could be considered done. Also, for the sake of the other prompts, I don't want to overspend time on this one and then not having enough time for the others. Mystery. I say that, but before I stop, it's gonna take a while. I could hint at the shape of the pit. It's too much. Maybe like that. Little bone here, sticking out. Could be okay. Me like it. Highlight here. A little bit of noise on these walls. Low opacity, even lower opacity. Wait, wrong color, low opacity. Too much? Yes. Okay, so I want to give a little bit of texture to this rock. Also de-sharpen these areas. I don't want them to be too clean. I want to look a little bit ruined, you know, with aged. So some of the highlights will not be as the others because it's not that even. I'm gonna just like literally kind of sculpt into it, make holes, and then readjusting with some other highlights. And brush. highlight. Oh, small. Oh, see, okay. And maybe something like that. Just on the bottom part, which would receive the light, is that this is like it's chipped out of the stone. So you have to imagine like the top part being kind of hovering on top, making the shadow. Here, like super strong. Just a hint here and there. But I also don't want to overdo it, otherwise it loses kind of its impact. Like here, a bit too much, I think. I think we can hear pings. Yes. Yeah, no big problem though. That looks really freaking sick. Sick. Thank you. By the way, how about reusing the other sketches you made in the witch drawing? Yeah, could be actually. Why not? And Arturo, done. Adesso è molto più vivo. Wall pores. Hell yeah. You should add wall pores. Wall pores everywhere. Let's do it. Now you tingle me with wall pores. Yes, actually it needs a little bit of pouring. I turned into a verb as well, pouring. When people say pouring water, that's not what I mean. I'm getting sillier and sillier as time passes by. Oh, it's already 5 p.m. Almost 5. I think I'm gonna wrap it up at 5. So it's about 10 minutes from here. And to attend to some stuff. That shall become the new channel meme. Pores fix everything. Yes, it's true. With pores will save the drawing. Like if it wasn't for 4 pores, how about 4 pores? I'm gonna put 4 pores here that only we know about. Wait, let me plan this. I'm gonna pour right here, like super obvious pour, extreme pour. A second one over there, maybe over here. Yes, so it's kind of over here. Yeah. Super dark one over there. 3, and then 4th pour, like that. You see? This is now a much better drawing. Thanks to the pores, I think. Failed marriage, add pores. It's a solution to literally any, like, all evil and good, like, just pores. That's the answer. You don't need anything else. People are, going out of their ways to follow dreams, to make incredible decisions and risking it all. And if they knew it was just all about pores all along. What a disastrous existence. It became super dark. Noise. Much more noise. The quest of all hidden wall pores. Exactly. A red moon seen through the window. Every player that finishes the quest will create their own pore to make the quest more difficult. It's gonna be a powerful message. Oh, look how much how much more evil this guy became with just a little bit of a nose shadow here. This guy is so angry. Eye bags, at least like the ones I have, which are not. Today is a sunny day, and I decided for closing myself indoors. Of course. A portfolio. The portfolio is what really brings the game to a whole different level. That's true. If you have a portfolio with you, always bring one. Always bring a portfolio. And I can do a review of your no. If this goes out of hand, people are gonna start sending me pores pictures. And I really don't think that's a good idea. So I'm gonna actually wrap it up. I think we went pretty, like, it was cool to play around with this guy, with this prompt. I don't like this actually. Let me delete that before I see what I mean. I'll never finish. But I'm pretty happy with the overall thingy. I'm gonna probably offline just make a few adjustments, some highlights here and there, fine-tuning here and there. But I think I'm gonna call it a day for this guy. What do you guys think? I think I'm gonna zoom out a little bit like here for a little bit. Yeah, I have to darken a little bit here the extra step because it looks weird, so I need to fix that. Some ambient occlusion. Maybe here too. You see, I can't stop. Even though I say that I'm gonna stop, I'm not gonna stop. Okay, yes, stop. I'm gonna stop. Leave it like this, and then everything else I'm gonna just do it offline, I think. Looks so freaking amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm very happy with this. Here in Italy it's raining. Oh yeah, orange danger level. I saw that yesterday. I was checking out the news. That was crazy. Yeah, it was pretty powerful. The catastrophe over there. Yeah, in Italy is getting pretty hardcore with the rains and season change. Looks so freaking amazing, near perfect, 9.6 out of 10 more. Thank you guys. I have no words to communicate how that makes me proud. Proud. It's hidden in there. I'm proud of you. But thank you so much for the company, for the support. You guys are amazing. And yeah, it keeps me going. I love doing this stuff. I will keep doing it. And please share this video or like it and subscribe if you're not. Now I'm talking for the recorded version of this that will go on YouTube, but that really helps a lot, and thank you for the support you're showing me here, offline, on Discord, anything, like anywhere. Really, thank you so much. And heck yeah, this is cool. Drawtober #1, Vampire. I would say 96% done, like the pores. You're proud. So yeah, I would say I'm basically done, but I will do some tweaks here and there to add some finer highlights here and there, maybe lower values, but pretty happy with this. The next prompt, which will be, I have it overlaid in OBS, the shapeshifter. That's gonna be a little bit trickier, but I will start from scratch with that. I'm not gonna do any sketches, I'm just gonna go from next week and then do the whole thing. Okay, thank you guys, see you Sneaky, see you everyone, and heck yeah, love you.